There was once a woman who was married to a man named Arian. Arian was a very well-known lawyer. He had a big name and people respected him. Everyone thought he was smart and serious. The woman, on the other hand, was an artist. She loved to paint beautiful pictures. Painting made her feel alive and happy. Her biggest dream in life was to one day show her paintings in a big, famous art gallery. She wanted people to look at her art and feel something. She wanted them to see how hard she had worked. She had been painting for many years. Every day, she practiced, improved her skills, and hoped for her big chance. She waited patiently for the day when someone would notice her work. And finally, that day came. A well-known art gallery invited her to show her paintings. This was a huge moment for her, the kind she had dreamed of for so long. She was so happy that she felt like dancing. To her, this was not just about art. It was about proving to the world and to herself that her talent mattered. She rushed home to tell Arian. He was not just her husband. He was the person closest to her, the only family she had. She wanted him to feel proud of her. She thought he would hug her, smile, and say, "I'm so proud of you." But what happened was the exact opposite. When she told Arian about the gallery and the owner named Angel, his face changed. At first, he was quiet. Then he started asking strange questions. He asked, "Who is this Angel? How did you meet him?" She was confused. She said, "I thought Angel was a woman. I didn't even know he was a man." But Arian didn't believe her. He became cold and angry. He didn't trust her, even though she had done nothing wrong. She tried to explain everything clearly. She hadn't kept any secrets. She only thought the name Angel sounded like a woman's name. But Arian didn't care about the truth. He didn't want to listen. And slowly, his true behavior started to come out. They had only been married for 6 months, but the man she thought she knew had changed. Arian was no longer kind or supportive. He became jealous and suspicious. He began blaming her for things she didn't do. He acted like she was trying to make him look bad. She felt heartbroken, even though she wasn't wrong. She was the one who had to say sorry. Arian twisted her words and made her feel like she was guilty. She didn't want to fight, so she stayed quiet. She thought, maybe if I stay calm, things will go back to normal. But they didn't. Things only got worse. One day, at a professional event where many people were present, Arian shouted at her in front of everyone. He said hurtful things that made her feel small and helpless. She felt like she had no voice. After that, Arian started controlling more parts of her life. He told her what to wear. He didn't like her meeting friends. He didn't even let her open her own bank account. She was slowly losing her freedom. It felt like she was trapped in a cage. She told her best friend about everything. Her friend listened carefully and grew very worried. "This isn't love," her friend said. "This is control. Today it's shouting. Tomorrow it could be something worse. You have to protect yourself." The woman started to feel scared in her own house. Arian's moods kept changing. Sometimes he would be silent and angry. Other times he would yell. She felt like she was walking on eggshells every day. She didn't feel safe anymore. One morning, when Arian was in the shower, she quickly packed her things. She only took what was necessary: her clothes, some money, her phone, and a few important items. She tried to leave quietly, but when she went outside, her car was gone. Arian had already guessed she might try to run and had hidden the car keys. He came out and caught her. He slapped her and pushed her back inside.
"Do this to him."
She was terrified. Her hands were shaking, and she felt like she couldn't breathe. But somehow, she ran to another room, locked the door, and called for help. Her friend rushed over to be with her. Everyone thought this would be the end. Surely now, she would leave him forever. But something unexpected happened. Arian said he was sorry. He cried and begged her to forgive him. He promised to change. His words sounded real. She wanted to believe him. She still remembered the man she had fallen in love with. She let him come back. Her friends were shocked. They begged her to go to the police. But she said no. Arian's family had power. His grandfather had strong ties to big people in law and politics. She was afraid no one would believe her. Even though she didn't go to the police, she started preparing quietly. She took pictures of the bruises on her body. She saved mean messages from Arian. She was scared, but she knew she needed proof in case something worse happened. Arian didn't stop. He waited outside her house. He followed her. He tried to scare her into coming back. She didn't reply. She turned off her phone. For the first time in a long time, she felt a little free. She slowly started her life again. She began teaching painting to children and adults. She made new friends. Being around art helped her smile again. But deep inside, she still felt nervous. What if Arian came back? Arian, meanwhile, was getting worse. His father told him, a wife should always listen to her husband. These thoughts made Arian feel like he needed to control her even more. He started calling her close friend, Curdy. He asked her where his wife was. He called again and again. Curdy tried to stay away, but she felt nervous too. She didn't know how long she could keep the truth hidden. The woman knew deep in her heart that Arian wasn't going to stop. No matter how far she ran or how quiet she stayed, he would always find a way to bother her. That's when she made a big decision. She joined a self-defense class. She wanted to learn how to protect herself. She was tired of feeling scared. She met someone new, a man named Mayank. He was kind and respectful. He didn't ask too many questions. He just listened and treated her nicely. Over time, they began talking more. A soft friendship started to grow between them. But one day, she found out that Mayank was also a lawyer. Her heart sank. That reminded her of Arian. The pain and fear came back. She thought, what if he's just like Arian? She didn't want to be hurt again. But Mayank didn't pressure her. He gave her space and time. Slowly, she began to trust him. With the help of her self-defense training and Mayank's quiet support, she started to feel stronger. Not just in her body, but in her heart too. She was healing. One day, she decided it was time to stand up for herself. She filed a legal complaint against Arian for hurting her. She knew it might not put him in jail, but it would be written in the records, and that could damage his career. Mayank warned her, court cases can be tough. Arian might lie and to try to make you look bad. You have to be ready. She nodded, but deep inside, she was still scared. Her mind felt heavy, and she had trouble sleeping. Arian still haunted her dreams. But then something wonderful happened. She got another offer to show her paintings in a gallery. This was her second big chance, and she didn't want to waste it. She worked day and night on her paintings. Each stroke of the brush helped her feel more alive. Her art was now her strength, a way to take back her power. Just when she started to feel hopeful again, something strange happened. She noticed a black car following her. The same car showed up again and again. Inside was a man who kept watching her. She felt her old fear return. Was Arian back? Later, she found out it was just Curdy's boyfriend. It was all a mistake. But that fear didn't leave her so easily. Then came a bigger shock. During a normal visit to her lawyer, she learned something strange. The man in the black car had also been in Mayank's class. But Mayank had never told her that. Why had he kept that a secret? Was he hiding something from her? Was she being lied to again? She felt hurt and confused. She stopped talking to Mayank and focused only on her art and her court case. She didn't want to be distracted anymore. Finally, the day of the gallery show arrived. It was a big night. She dressed up and went to the event feeling nervous but proud. Then, something unbelievable happened. All her paintings were sold. Every single one. At first, she was thrilled, but that joy didn't last long. She started asking questions. Who bought all of them? When she found the answer, her heart dropped. It was Arian. He had found her again. He knew her new name, her address, her job, everything. Her first thought was, Mayank. Had he betrayed her too? She rushed to see him, filled with anger. She asked, did you tell Arian where I was? Mayank finally told the truth. He said, yes, in the beginning, Arian paid me to find you. But later, I couldn't go through with it. I started to care about you. I tried to protect you. He said he didn't tell her earlier because he was scared she would leave. She didn't know what to think. After a long talk, she chose to believe him. But one big question still bothered her. If Mayank had stopped helping Arian, then who was giving him all this information? She became scared again. She began to doubt everyone, even the people working at the gallery. Her fear turned into worry and stress. She needed the truth, so she hired a private investigator. a person who secretly watches and finds out the truth about others. She told him to follow Arian and report everything. Meanwhile, Arian was working on a new plan. He went to Curdy and acted sweet. He pretended to be sorry. He told her he had changed and wanted to fix things. Slowly, he made Curdy believe him. He even made her think maybe he really wants to be a better person. So, one day, Curdy made a big mistake. She let Arian into their home. At first, Arian acted nice. He said kind things, but it didn't last. Soon, his real side came out again. He got angry and threatened the woman. He told her that if she didn't come with him, something bad would happen. Curdy tried to stop him, but Arian shoved her so hard that she fainted. Now, the woman was all alone. But this time, she was not afraid. She had been preparing for this moment. She had trained her body and mind. She had learned to fight back.
Your attacker is bigger than you?
She stood up strong and calm.
Aaron was trying to break her confidence, but she started hitting him. She managed to land a few hits on him.
You don't.
And eventually, she was able to defeat him, but he was already dead.
And in that moment, she realized something very powerful. She didn't have to run anymore. She didn't have to hide or change her name. She didn't have to live in fear. She had the strength to live her life the way she wanted, freely, proudly, and without anyone controlling her. Her journey wasn't finished. There were still challenges ahead. But now, she believed in herself. For the first time in a long time, she felt truly free.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.